Hello, my name is Stanley Azi. I'm a full stack engineer and a front end specialist. I love building responsive and animated web applications. I am a computer engineering graduate and also I hold a diploma in front end engineering, which is actually why I'm very good at front end development. When it comes to web development, you agree with me that it is more than the UI we see. Web development. When you're talking about the web development, you're talking about accessibility. You're talking about the best practice use, the performance of the applications, of course, the responsiveness. We need to talk about the UI. You talk about how your users will feel when they navigate your app. So when building the application as a developer, as a specialist in the front end development, I have the user in mind to make sure that I'm actually aligning everything. I'm making perfecting the UI to be what we call pixel perfect, right? So when it comes to the technologies I use, I write JavaScript, TypeScript. I also write Java for backend and Spring, and then I write React, Vue, Next.js, and also Nuxt.js. I write SQL as well, and I'm very good at CSS. I'm very good at CSS, and I'm also like HTML, structuring being able to structure your application, structure your layout, your components to actually be able to style them easily. Those are the areas I'm actually very good at. And when it comes to querying the database, yeah, like I mentioned, the SQL, we have the PostgreSQL. We are talking about some I use Supabase also, where I query the database to make sure that I'm sending my schemas and all that, and perfectly structure them. So, like I said, when it comes to web development, it's more than the UI you see. So I'm just going to walk us through some of the applications I've built to see how they perform, and the best practice I use. And then I can also talk about my tools. For my tools, I have I use this is my system is a MacBook Pro, yeah, MacBook Pro, a 16-inch 2023, as of this 2025 that I'm recording this video now. So you see that I use I use VS Code as my editor. I use Z as well. I also use Kuso. I use WebStorm. I use IntelliJ when I'm writing Java or Spring application. I used to use WAP terminal a lot. Of course, it's the world of AI today. You need to also be good at using some of the best AI to make your developments and everything faster, right? So this is Postman, and also like Figma. I also like I started my journey as a designer as well. So I'm very good at designing. Now, walking us through my portfolio website. This is my portfolio website I'm looking at. Let me show some of my projects, fun projects. So this is like a game. Spinasonic is a game, right? Where users can, you spin for fun, right? So this is like the code, and then you can review to read more, right? And then you can view the live site. For instance, if you should go to the live site now, we're looking at the live site, and it's Spinasonic, like animation and all that, right? So this can move, we can spin, move to spin and all that. So this is like one of my fun games. It actually works, like it actually plays the game, right? Say I want to play with this user, this spinner now. You can just spin around, and then until the timer is up. I have not started the game boy here, but that's like click the play board, choose the time, 30 seconds. You can actually like play the game. This is like one of my fun projects, right? So this is looking at this application, this Sabinos.com dot meme is like I love meme, comedy, so I built this application for actually like as a meme library where users can download, store their memes, and then upload new memes and all that. So of this, Sabinus is a comedian, so these are like a store where you can find his memes. And then you can also like talk about the performance of web applications. We can have like, you know, we talk about, like I said, best practice SEO and all that. So that's like those are the things I take in consideration. So this is built with Next.js, and then this is also built with Next.js, right? So this is like a full stack application. There is Next.js here, there is a Supabase, querying the data. Then there is Cloudinary. Users can sign up. Then there is also like users can also like post this on social media, right? Using OG thumbnail, user can actually like post this on social media, and it actually have like a thumbnail on it, right? So that's like one of the features it has, right? So So moving on to more of my projects, right? So this is like Sabinus.meme. This is InHalt, a content app where users can post, articles and then also read articles, just like a blog. And this is like a Scissor Cut. This Scissor Cut is like a URL shortener. This is like one of my earliest projects. Very cool animation. You can see users can navigate through to see, interact. This is where I learned. I dedicated time to learn, DOM, how to manipulate the DOM with this particular application. It actually sort of shortens your URL, right? And then you can choose the alias. And also I also learned how to communicate with, endpoints here from this particular application. It serves as one of my earliest, projects, and I'm very very proud of it. Right, this is built with pure HTML and CSS and JavaScript. You see, when I'm talking about usability, like user experience, I added skeleton when the image are when the the data are loading. You should be able to, like, add suspense, a skeleton, placeholder to images, and then optimize your images with best practice. Make sure that everything is actually like moving fast. You get what I'm saying, right? So this is like built with Nox.js. It's also worth mentioning that apart from building web applications and all that, I also like write articles. In fact, it's always good to put out things, and have the best practices, or the ideas you have in your head, put it out there so that anybody, as a developer, that I enjoy, like, being in developer communities, enjoying learning from others, and also like I love people learning from me as well. So my social media, all most about me sharing, my knowledge, sharing what I know, long posts explaining key concepts, and all that. I also like have a post on Dev2. This is like one of my articles where I've written about rendering images the good way. We talk about rendering images the good way, talking about the size of the image, converting the format to the best practice, the one that you need, then so much more, right? Apart from side projects, I've also delivered projects to clients, satisfied clients that actually rated me high for quality delivery. So I'm just going to walk us through some of the projects I've delivered to clients that are being currently used by real users. So first of all, I work at a fintech SaaS company where I ship responsive dashboards to users all the time. They are currently being used, currently fintech company, transactions all the time, right? So this is my Upwork. You can see some of the projects I've actually, like, delivered to clients. This is like a project to clients, project to clients. So these are like the ratings, the star rating, the 5-star rating from happy clients as well. I always say that because I have my clients in mind all the time, right? So I'm just going to walk us through some of the projects, right? So this is like this Cowsy here. That's like Cowsy.com. Let's search that on the browser. So this is the Cowsy.com. I was going to walk us through the landing page here is what I did for this particular client, who actually like was very very happy with what I did here, very responsive to all screen. And then you can see I worked a lot with images here, right? At image assets, like media here. So you can see I optimize it for speed, I optimize it for everything. This carousel here that you're looking at here was actually like manually built, like from scratch, right? No external library. Client said I needed something to look like real. Can you do that for me? I say, yeah. That's like I hopped on it, and then I came up with this. He was very very happy with this. Scroll from left to right, from right to left, and then also like yeah, that's like it for that. Then we can also talk about the responsiveness, right? So I'm just going to inspect. Let's inspect this. Talk about responsiveness of applications, right? So those are like some of the things I also take in mind when building our applications, right? So we talk about the application being very very responsive to all screen, right? So let's go to the next project, which is uh IntraCard. I built this particular project with Noxt, I think it's Vue, let's say Vue. But this particular application with Vue, every pages here was actually built by me. So these animations here on hover were all added by me. Then we talk about the pages, like go to rewards. I built this particular page as well. Then we go to the contacts. I also embedded the map, although it's now not in production currently. Then we'll talk about the fag page. We'll talk about the fag page with this particular toggle here. So I built this particular application for my clients. That's like this 5-star review that we are seeing here as well. This is like the first, that was like the first client, this 5-star review here. This is for the Cowsy. Then we also have more projects as well. Then yes. So you enjoy working with me because I one thing I do is that I try as much as I can to keep my clients in mind when building an application. For instance, this is like one of the applications that are currently like in production in development, right? So you can see, it's very, 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 very responsive to all screens, right? So let's try to like, see my thinking, in logic to, the responsiveness and all that, right? So responsiveness and all that, like you scroll. You see the animation on scroll, the car add to cart button, these quick buttons to actually select what you want. See, if I click on it now, it comes up immediately. You know, can I expand to add to cart from here? Scroll, all that and all the other pages. Yeah, so we are doing we are when it comes to web development here, make sure ensure the best practice for your user and make sure everything is working. So yeah, thanks for watching. I look forward to working with you.